Andre August, a legit boxing opponent. Jake, how are you doing, brother? How excited are you as we're about 4 weeks away from this thing now?
Excited, man. You know, this is a big step for me towards becoming world champion. We have an amazing opponent, more experience, more knockouts in Orlando, Florida, exclusively on DAZN. It's going to be a massive event. Been in camp drinking Celsius and just going hard, man.
Talk to me, Jake, about the decision. The one criticism that you heard more than anything else was, hey, Jake's fighting these old MMA stars. He is not an old MMA star. He's a boxer. He's been a boxer forever. Talk to me about picking Andre August, somebody who is, again, is a legit boxer.
Yeah, I got to challenge myself. I think when I said I'm going to become world champion, people took it as, oh, he's just marketing. He's just saying things to make his fights bigger, to seem more legit. No, that's what I'm going to do. And this is the path to get there. Treating myself and my career now as a young boxing prospect, doing what other fighters who are world champions now did in their ninth fight. Terrence Crawford, Gervonta Davis, fighting guys, with nowhere near the experience level as Andre August, to build their experience level. And that's the path I'm on. It's less about the business and the pay-per-view sales. We've already done that and generated hundreds of millions of dollars in pay-per-views. This is about the experience.
So you're willing to give up a little bit of money to not fight somebody who has the huge name per se, and to now build that resume on the way to fighting for a real deal boxing championship at some point in the future.
Yeah, no, 100%. Foregoing a lot of money. And
no, I can only imagine.
This is probably just like a break even fight for me. I probably won't even make money on it. Who knows what the outcome is? It's $200,000 for a private jet, to fly around just to get the team there and back. So it's like, when you factor in all of these things, it's not about the money. It's really about focusing in, staying sharp, and the experience of challenging myself in the ring with these guys who have been doing this their whole life. He's a beast. He's a dog, and he's coming to win. This is his make or break moment as a boxer himself. So it's going to be a really good fight.
Yeah, I remember when you announced the fight, watching some old clips, and he wanted to be a boxing star, and obviously has never had the platform that you're now providing for him. This is the biggest moment, and presumably you're going to get his best shot then because of that. What kind of fighter is he? He looks like a powerful dude. What do you expect from him when you're inside that boxing ring on the 15th?
Yeah, he's very strong, very athletic, comes forward, has great punching power, throws punches in bunches, a lot of combinations, and hides some of his shots well. He works to the body. So he's good. He's good. He's a great fighter. And that's why he's 10-1 and has been on a 7-fight win streak. So I definitely have a real opponent in front of me. And that's when I wake up in the morning, I know this guy is coming to try to take my head off. So that motivates me. And that's why I love taking hard fights like this to challenge myself.
What do you say to the people who, I mean, listening to some people talk, I think and maybe Tyson Fury is a bad example right now, but they expect you to fight like Alexander Usyk or something at this point. What would you say to those people who are still not satisfied with the opponent you've chosen here?
Yeah, look, it just so happens that I am the first ever boxer in history where you've watched every single one of my fights since day one, and my whole entire career has been under a microscope. Most of these guys get to 25-0, and that's the first time you hear of them, and you didn't watch their first 25 fights. I'm the only boxer in history that's generated this many pay-per-views, this much attention, this much draw, this many ticket sales in their first 8 fights. And so I think people just want to see me fight a world champion at the highest level, because that's maybe what they're used to with some of these other boxers that they've seen. But my career is just different, and I'm paving a new way in the boxing world, in the boxing landscape, and I'm going to get there eventually. But I've only been pro for a little bit more than 3.5 years now. That's where this has all happened. So it's patience and time. And most of these boxers have been doing it since they're 8 years old, which is like 20 years of boxing. So I'm just getting warmed up.
Does this mean that we never see one of those big exhibition fights again? Or, and I know a lot of these, most of these have been professional fights. I just asked yesterday, I'm talking to Andre Ward, and Andre, he specifically brought up what you were doing, and he was very complimentary. He loved what you were doing. And he mentioned the fact that he might be interested in taking exhibition fights down the road. And I said, okay, who would you like as an opponent then? And he said, I love the idea of fighting Jake or his brother Logan. Do things like that not interest you anymore because you are now in a different phase of your boxing career?
Yeah, look, I'm locked in with the tunnel vision of getting the experience in real pro fights and building that up. Obviously, there's still big business fights out there for me. Tommy, KSI, maybe Nate Diaz in MMA, but I'm not sitting around like waiting for any of that stuff. I'm focused in on me and getting better as a fighter. And yeah, like, there are ideas of entertaining things like that, but it's just not what I'm focused on right now.